Alright, hi guys. Welcome to another day of remote learning. We are working on lesson 14, part 2. Today comes after a lesson yesterday on the themes of colonial voices, and today we're getting back into the writing part of the lesson, and we're going to be focusing on our letters to the Sons of Liberty today. Now we're going to be focusing on our second proof paragraph, because at this point I'm hoping that all of you have written your intro and first supporting paragraph with your first reason. Now today's going to be the day where that handout 12A with the boxes and the reasons and the opinion and are they a patriot and a loyalist, that all comes back into play. And if you look back up top, back there, right, oh that's not helping, but anyway, it's back there. And my second reason today for Ethan supporting the Boston Tea Party was that he was loyal to the Sons of Liberty, and he was actually working for the Sons of Liberty throughout Colonial Voice, because he winds up in the house where they had the vote and all that stuff, and he winds up going down to actually watch the Boston Tea Party happen. But what's important with a second support paragraph is how you get to that second support paragraph. And a lot of times people will just write choppy paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, but you don't really kind of finesse it. You don't make it flow. Well, that's what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be working on making it flow, so that our first paragraph doesn't just end and it's like, and then there's just reason also. We're going to be talking about transition words today for your supporting paragraphs. And our craft question is, how do I write a supporting paragraph for my opinion essay? And I'm going to once again show you how to write the actual paragraph as well. But I will also be highlighting things that I did in my paragraph that make it a good support paragraph by using transitions and using introductions of sentences and varying the structure of my sentences, okay? Because I'm still going to keep all the same parts of an opinion paragraph, but there's a lot of things going on today, okay? But I need to use transition words to get to them. All right, so transition words. Transition is something that helps you move from one thing to the next, okay? So when you're moving sentences, when you're changing topics, and in this instance today with supporting paragraphs, you're moving from your first reason in the first paragraph to the second reason in your second paragraph. So you need a transition. You need to do that smoothly, okay? We're going to be working a lot with Handout 14B today, and I wrote please use, and I made an exclamation smiley face, I think for the first time since we've been remote learning. So I was pretty excited about that. Usually those come when I'm like emphasizing something in class. So again, I'm emphasizing using Handout 14B today. All right, and on that, this stuff that here is all going to be on 14B, but I wanted to show it to you and then use some of them down here in my actual writing so you guys see how to implement it for yourselves and to make your writing better. That's what 14B is. It's basically a cheat sheet of how to make your writing better. So if you're a smart person and a good writer, you'll use it, aka please use. Now, the first thing it's going to have for you is a list of ways to introduce your opinion, because even though you have already made your opinion clear in your intro, you need to reintroduce your opinion in any of the paragraphs, okay? And Ethan, as we know, is a supporter of the Boston Tea Party, so I need to make that clear in my paragraph. And one way I can do that is by kind of saying again, in my opinion, I believe, it's my belief, it seems to me, or I agree with whoever or disagree with whoever. Because if you were writing a letter saying, you could say I disagree with those loyalists who are supporting King George, who's doing all these terrible things to us. You could say that as well. Because if you're saying you disagree with the loyalist, you're clearly a patriot, and vice versa. So those are ways to introduce your opinion. Introducing your reasons, okay? So you have to have a reason, and you guys have already done your reasons on 12A, and this is what this whole paragraph is about. But to introduce your reason, you can use just regular transitions. You can say first, second, third, and then you can do lastly, whatever. But for this writing, you did your first support paragraph already, so you're not going to use first, but you could use secondly, or second, or my second reason for supporting the Boston Tea Party, or my second reason for being against the Boston Tea Party would be ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You can also use in addition, besides, not beside besides, next, and also. And then the last thing you're going to do is introduce your example. So that piece of evidence from the text needs to be clear as well, okay? And these are pretty simple. You guys have used some of these before in terms of just doing RACS responses, so these shouldn't be too crazy new to you. And the examples of introducing an example are, for example, in fact, as evidence, and in support. None of those things you have not heard before. It's just a matter of saying them now in your writing to introduce your example. So I'll take a look at my paragraph, because this video today is going to be short, because I have a feeling that a lot of people aren't watching the videos now because they're a little long, so I'm going to try to start condensing them down. But I'm also going to be making a video and posting it to the stream about the YouTube views. I'm still mad about the YouTube views, and you guys better pick it up, okay? And if you're watching this, clearly you're not one of the people that needs to pick it up. I just say it as a group because you guys still are at class, and I'm going to continue you guys at class even though you're all in separate locations. Now, my second support paragraph for Ethan. And my reason here is that Ethan is a supporter and loyal and works with the Sons of Liberty. So here we go. In addition, my support of the Boston Tea Party comes from my loyalty to you, the Sons of Liberty. You have been the leaders of the Patriots for some time, and you have my full support. As I deliver the news today, I hope to see our brave leaders dump tea in the harbor this evening. Hopefully, this is the action that helps teach King George a lesson. Okay? So, I did a couple of things that are just opinion paragraph must-dos. I start off with my opinion. In addition, my support of the Boston Tea Party. I give my opinion right there. I'm supporting the Boston Tea Party, that's what it is. I also end with my opinion. This is the action, I'm saying that hopefully this is the action that helps teach King George a lesson. So I'm supporting the action, which is the Boston Tea Party, so we can teach King George a lesson. Now, do I have an introduction transition? And I do. I have in addition, okay? In addition, I have, that's one of my things. And I also have my support. My support. That's basically, that's another way of saying my opinion without being like, my opinion is this. My support, saying I support the Boston Tea Party. Okay? Now, it comes from you, the son, being loyal to you, the Sons of Liberty. So that's my reason there. You've been the leaders of the Patriots for some time, and you have my full support. As I deliver. So I put little parentheses there, because after I wrote this, I said, you know what, I think I can go back and maybe add one of the transitions there. And the one I was thinking of is in fact. In fact, as I deliver the news today, okay? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add in fact, as, make my as lowercase, as I deliver the news today, I hope to see our brave leaders dumping tea in Boston Harbor this evening. And that right there is a strong example. And I've already given my reasons, I've given my examples, and I've kind of elaborated there too. But I also elaborate here in this last sentence by saying, hopefully is a transition word as well. Okay, it's not one of the ones that we have here, but it's a good way to kind of sum up a letter and close out a letter by saying, you know, hopefully this is the action that's in to teach King George a lesson. Okay, so again, I have one here, here, and here. Okay, you include your transitions. It shows that you're thinking. It shows that you yourself are speaking, and they just make your writing sound nicer. So use 14b to help you write your second support paragraph today. If you have not written the introduction and the first support paragraph, I suggest doing that as well, and you're now lucky enough that you have sheet 14B to help you do that, all right? We are going to start ordering these paragraphs in terms of intro, first paragraph, second paragraph, and then conclusion when we get there in a couple days. And you guys will submit the whole essay to me, and I will eventually be grading that for you, okay? Those of you who are logging in every day, doing the work, being in the Google Classroom meetings every day, I do appreciate you, and I do love the work that you have been doing. If you have not been submitting work, or if you have not yet joined one of our Google meetings, I'm pointing off screen because that's where my computer is. I'm pointing my computer. Please join us today at 1:30. We will be in the Google meeting. I will be doing some form of lesson. I haven't figured out what, but I think it will relate. So maybe we'll do ELA today because we did math yesterday. Okay, so hope to see you guys at 1:30. And any questions, comments, concerns you guys have, comment them or just save them for 1:30. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.